Welcome everyone, Origin from ArclightX here, bringing you a playthrough of Shinobi 3 for the Sega Genesis. Let's see if I can beat the final boss without losing all my lives. There are 7 stages in total. Stage 1 opens up in a jungle setting. There will be numerous enemies in the trees who shoot shurikens or decide to attack from above. So anytime you see a POW symbol, you'll have increased damage until the next time you receive damage or complete the level. Try to maintain this power increase, especially during boss fights. If you sprint towards the enemy and attack, you will do a jump attack. This attack does roughly the same amount of damage as 4 or 5 direct hits with your kunai. There are bombs hidden in these item crates. They have a 5-second timer or will count down immediately if you're standing on them. Every 50,000 points will grant you an extra life, so kill as many of these enemies in the early stages as possible. So you're going to see this entrance to a cave. Shortly after, you'll fight a few enemies who can attack at a distance. So jump over the energy wave and shoot a few kunais. They will fall quickly. What's nice is your kunais will carry over to each level unless you die. You'll find these all over the game, so use them when you need to. So the battle music has changed. So here's our first mini-boss. The enemy projectiles now reverse in direction. Keep that in mind when you engage. There isn't much time to fire a few kunais and avoid getting hit. I find it's easier to move close and use your jump kick attack. The enemy's color will change the more you attack. Once they turn bright red, they are usually moments away from dying. There's going to be a couple foot soldiers at first. Eventually you'll come across a rope and a health item. Hold up to grab onto the rope. You can then let go of the up button. You don't need it held to make sure you don't fall. Kill the next few enemies while grabbing the POW item. Blocking can be done by holding down the attack button. Sometimes you'll have to crouch down to block the low attacks. Now you'll have to use another ninja skill, the wall jump. Jump towards the wall and hit jump again. You will then jump off the wall. This skill is an absolute necessity to learn, especially in the later stages. Watch out for the spikes and holes in the floor. The spikes won't kill you instantly, so it's okay to soak up a bit of damage if you're not confident in landing on the safe zones. Once you kill the next few enemies, you'll come to another wall jump section. You can control how far you jump with the D-pad in the air, or even how far you spring off the wall with the jump button. You'll have to get used to going at different heights. There's going to be a few more soldiers here, some more spikes, and a few more holes. Watch out for enemy shurikens as you jump across. It's best to take them out before jumping. Move across and restore some health. It's the stage 1 boss fight now. This boss has twice as many arms as Shinobi, but that's not going to stop him. The easy way to kill him is to use your sprint attack. After each hit, he's going to sprint towards you. Just jump over him and repeat the process. After about 4 to 5 hits, the boss will explode. I love Sega. All the bosses explode in every game. It's amazing. So now we're riding a horse. This level will have enemies jumping from the kites in the background, and keep a lookout for items. They're going to fly across the screen. If you need to conserve your kunais, you can use the jump attack with the horse. It's hilarious to see and it kills foot soldiers in one hit. You will see a symbol flash on your screen. Get ready to jump over an obstacle. Enemies will continue to assault you from the right side of the screen. Get ready to jump as high as you can. There's going to be an extra life zooming at the top of the screen. Be sure to grab it. Once you see a health item zoom across the bottom of the screen, a mini boss is right around the corner. This ninja is extremely fast, and he jumps super high and leaves a trail of himself as he moves around. If he jumps from the right, he will drop spears in groups of 3, which can be shot out of the air. When he's attacking from the left side, he's going to do a jump kick, and then go back jumping right with the spears again. So basically, throw your kunais when he attacks from the right, and when he jumps from the left, use your jump attack. Alright, the second part, you're going to end up in a facility with enemies who are now armed with guns and other weaponry. The guy with the shield here can only be killed from behind or during his attack. There will be items above, but you'll need a double jump to reach it. You will have to hit the jump button at the height of your first jump. Now this skill is mandatory. Start getting used to it, it'll help in the long run. Nice, first life for hitting 50,000 points. Here's going to be an elevator section with these small crawl spaces. Try to jump to the same elevation ahead of time to get the enemies to crawl out. There'll also be a minigun placement who uses burst fire. You'll have to keep moving up through this entire stage. Keep taking out enemies and eventually the elevator section opens up. If you fall off the sides, you're gonna die instantly. So stay centered and try to block enemy attacks if you need to. Enemies will be placed on the left and right sides of the screen, so you'll have to navigate using the bars. You may be wondering why I'm not using my ninjutsu. I honestly prefer the extra score bonus at the end of the level for not relying on it. It gets you extra lives quicker. There's going to be a POW item right to the right, and there's going to be a minigun directly above. The elevator moves at a slow pace. You should be able to get all the items without worrying about missing the elevator. Now quickly double jump to the next platform. You'll only get a few attempts here before you die. Wall jump to the next platform, but watch out for the enemy above. Once you get to the next walled section, you'll come to a boss. Now this boss has a wide variety of attacks. After you hit him once, he'll use an energy shield and become immune to damage. He will then fire sentries that explode once you damage the boss. Once you hear this charging noise, he's going to rain down 4 lightning bolts in your direction. If you notice the screen becomes all wavy, your controls are now reversed. Once you hit him again, the controls will revert back to normal. The boss will continue to do different attacks as you damage him. It's all random really what he decides to do. Keep applying damage and eventually he'll die pretty quick. Stage 3 opens up in some enemy manufacturing facility. Watch the enemies from above and the enemies will spawn from the ooze below. As a kid, I loved this stage because of the background. It used to give me some uneasy feeling being in some manufacturing plant. It just gave me the creeps. So get the POW item and try to not lose it like I just did. Keep going down the hallway and avoid the hidden bomb. There will be a lot of enemies down the hallway. So once you see the lights flicker, you're going to come across broken enemy containers. It seems like the enemies escaped. Continue to jump up and collect some kunais and a POW item. Once you get close to these containers, enemies will burst from them. Get used to attacking them one at a time. If you hold up or down, the screen's going to scroll in that direction, showing you what's above or below. Try to kill all the enemies. They provide decent points and die with one hit. There's enough of them coming to give a decent score boost. There's going to be a health power up above. Even if you don't need it, collecting it will also give you points. Of course I would get hit right after I grabbed the health that I didn't need. Jump and grab the conveyor belt to get across and get ready for a jumping section. You're going to see these electric orbs that move around the platforms. Try to avoid them as you jump across. You will start jumping left now. Once you move a few platforms, you'll see a conveyor above you. Jump and grab it and move to the right. There's going to be a ninjutsu item above the ooze here. It's actually pretty easy to get. You'll come across many items that have these hazards below like this. Usually it's a one-hit kill below, so grab these items with caution. Alright, mini boss time. So enemies are going to fall from above and break from the containers. Keep attacking them and shortly after the ooze will disappear. You will drop down in another cave section. Your movement speed is reduced while on the ground. Jump kick these enemies. You'll see their pincers sitting above the ground. Watch out for the boss in the background and avoid his crosshairs. If you get caught in the middle, the boss will fire off an attack that will damage you. I believe it's unavoidable. There's not too much different in this level. Just keep jump kicking the enemies and watch out for the hidden bombs. Collect any items needed and get ready for the boss. Alright, time for some revenge. He usually starts off by firing a few projectiles. Once he makes this charging sound, he's going to flash and fire a beam attack. You can double jump over this attack if you time it correctly. You can only damage him by hitting him in the face. Now each time you attack and it hits him, his hand will emerge from the ground and counterattack you. The closer you attack the boss, the harder it is to jump over his counterattack, but it makes it so much faster. Once he goes completely underground, he'll emerge from the right side of the screen and then continue his attack patterns. If you can get the timing right, you can jump attack him before he fully comes out of the ground for massive damage. Once he turns purple, he's moments away from being destroyed.